All right, shalom, shalom. Barak is out. The audio is clear. Hopefully, the mic is in is good. All right, shalom, shalom to the elect of Yahshar Allah, and shalom to the other men, women, and children of our nation who YAHAWAH is going to have mercy upon them in the times we're coming into. Shalom to all of you, and shalom to the brother Yawana, Wars v. Yahawashi in Michigan. Shalom. Shema Yashar Allah Yahawah Alahaya NAWA Yahawah Achad Barakatha Yahawah Barakatha Yahawashai BAHASHAM QaDash Halalyam La Abanawa Alahaya NAWA Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashai BAHASHAM QaDash. Our double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, and much due respect to the sincere Akim who are laboring the works. And shalom to you believers, to the Akim wa Aqua, which would be your brothers, and few amount of sincere sisters who do subscribe to this truth. All right. The Wada Abu Yahawah BaHashem Yahawashi Kaya HAQADASH. Barak is out. Today's lesson is edifying, plain upon the table, straight to the point. I'm your brother Malkia, representing warriors for Yahawashi, Pasadena, Texas camp. So today's lesson is pretty much going to go into like a MOTB, the CBDC type of lesson. Came across an article related to it. I want to bring them out, and I'm also going to go into how like more stores are going to close. Okay, I'm gonna start with this one first. All right, I got it from the brother SHAR Issachar, Yakha. You probably know him as the brother. It says FedNow is set to launch in July. All right, FedNow is set to launch in July. Abaratazah sooner. Abaratazah. What the instant payment service could mean for digital dollar and stable coins. All right. FedNow's ability to give customers of traditional banks. Salaki, hold on, I think I got a burp. Hold on. I'm put on mute. All right, Salaki for that. All right, so FedNow's ability to give customers of traditional banks instant payments detracts from one of the main draws of a central bank digital currency. Okay, and this was published March 16th. All right, not too long ago, a few days ago. All right, and then in the actual description box, it reads, the Federal Reserve's instant payments network is just months away. Apparatus are sooner than that. From launching, all right, that's going to be the new form of payment, digital. Okay, all right, the current currency, the dollars, right, is going to eventually crash. Okay, it's going to be long due, like just done away with. Okay. It says, which is raising questions over any efforts to create a digital dollar. FedNow has now in the works since 2019 and will be released in July, according to a Wednesday statement from the central bank. FedNow will allow businesses and individual customers of participating banks to send and receive payments 24/7, an alternative to the existing system that doesn't process payments on the weekends. All right, let me get this one right here. Pretty much the same thing. On the left, it says Fed set to launch digital payments system over the summer. Digital payments, paying rent, buy or sell, right? Pay your phone bill, to get some food, to get your medicines, right? Whatever you're able to purchase is going to have to be done in the form of digital currency, okay? Because the current currency is in a process of being thrown away, okay? And then the picture that you see on the right hand side, this is actually nearby here, okay? It's a restaurant that's literally walking distance from where the Achaemenid stay at, all right? This restaurant, the name of it was King's Barbecue, and this restaurant wasn't around for that long, to be honest. Probably like a little over a year, maybe. All right, and I saw from the very moment that they opened up this restaurant here, I'm like, that this restaurant is not gonna do well because they literally opened up a restaurant right next to another like a sports bar slash restaurant that's already banking, already making good money. All right. But then again, this is also scriptural. This is all through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. Our power did say that, things like this is going to happen. All right. So I decided to take a picture of it and share it with, for the believers to see, like, hey, the scriptures, the words of YAHAWASHI is faithful and true, man. All right. This is literally walking distance. Okay. And we see more of this. Okay. It says King's Barbecue is now closed. New restaurant will open in 1 month. Aparatazai doesn't. Aparatazai, that whole strip would just be vacant. All right. So let's get the scriptures now. Let me get the scriptures very quick. Bear with me. All right. So we're going to be using the Bible Gateway. Let's get that book of Acts very quick. Chapter 1, verse 7. The KJV. All right. The KJV. All right. And it says in the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 7, in the KJV, and he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father, Yahawah, have put in his own power. Okay. Salaki, I'm not sure if you saw that. Salaki, let me share the screen right quick. My bad. My bad, Salaki. Do it right now. Hold on. I want y'all to see what I'm reading too, so y'all can get edified. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the Bible Gateway. The book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 7, KJV. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father Yahawah have put in his own power. Okay, that's why when you have this right here, it says that how FedNow is set to launch in July. Right, our power can just be like, he can literally just put the spirit onto Emelec, the high banker family, the elites, to just launch this new system next month, sometime in April, sometime in May. It could be June. Abarataza. Okay, no one knows the exact time. All right, but Abarataza is real soon. Hopefully, this is the very year where more prophecies come to pass. Okay. All right. So let's get we're gonna get the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. All right. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3 in the KJV, for the vision, right? The prophecy. So like for example, in this lesson, right, we're going over this new payment, this FedNow system, supposed to be launched in July, apparently, according to the article, right? But this particular vision, when we transfer over to a new form of payment, right, a new digital system, a digital system where everything is digital, pretty much. Okay, this prophecy, for an example, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. Okay, so every prophecy is set for an appointed time. Okay, But at Slakia, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, right? Wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Okay, so even though it feels like uh this system being transferred over to this new form of payment is taking forever. It feels like it's postponing. It feels like it's dragging. It feels like it's being rescheduled, right? But it's because this particular vision is set, right? Is yet for an appointed time. Okay, we don't know exactly when, but it's already written, is already certified when it's going to happen. We just don't know when. That's why I started with the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 7. No one knows the times and seasons. Okay, all right. How can a man know his own thoughts? All right, and and even though it feels like this prophecy is taking for a long time, just keep waiting. Continue to wait, because at the end it will speak at its appointed time. Okay, so let's get a book of Ezekiel right quick. Um, Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. We're going to get that in KJV and then in NOT. All right, so the book of Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19 in the KJV. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord, YAHAWASHI. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity, the stumbling block of their unrepentant sins, the sins upon sins, their wickedness. All right, let me get that in the NOT version very quick, and I'll break it down a little bit more. Bear with me, Bakasha. Okay, so in the New Living Translation, they, right, pretty much those of this world, those who's been putting their trust in dishonest wealth. Okay, they putting their trust in 401ks, building up a credit score. You got a little safety deposit, some kind of sneaker box where you storing up cash, right? Those who puts their trust in money, okay, pretty much, in Esau's so-called wealth. It says they will throw their money in the streets. Literally, don't be surprised you start seeing people throwing money in the streets, tossing it out like worthless trash when the economy crashes, when the people have got to learn the hard way that those paper dollars, those reserve notes, right, is no good now. You can't pay rent with it. You can't get food with it. Can't get water with it. Can't get medicine with it. You can't pay rent with it. Public transportation. You can't do nothing with it. Okay, it's useless, and it's useless right now. But you will see it soon when the economy crashes. How worthless that this money was this whole time. They would throw their money in the streets, tossing it out like worthless trash. Their silver and gold won't save them on the day of the Lord Yahawah's anger. It will neither satisfy nor feed them. It will neither satisfy nor feed them, for their greed can only trip them up. Okay, right? So there's no amount of money that you can possibly save up, no amount of retirement savings, there's no amount of riches of this world that can deliver you from Yahawah's anger. Right? There's only one way you can be delivered out of Yahawah's anger is you are a Hebrew Israelite, a so-called Black, Hispanic, Latino, Native American Indian, and you Israelite foreigners, that makes up the remnant that's predestined to be saved if you are the elect. Okay, all right, because 2/3 of our nation are going to perish. And Abaratza, we are part. Uh, we are those very names that's written in the book of life. Okay, whose conversation is written in heaven. All right. Um, and right, you notice right here where it says neither. So like it says, it will neither satisfy nor feed them. Right. Because how are you going to be able to eat, right? You gotta have that CBDC. You gotta have that FedNow. You gotta be part of the system, and then eventually it's going to get to the point where in order for you to eat, drink, buy and sell, you're going to need that charagma. All right. Matter of fact, let me go to the blue letter Bible. Salakia, blue letter Bible. The word mark for charagma. Revelation 13. We can start at 14. Stay with me. All right. So the book of Revelation, chapter 13, I'm going to read from verse 14 to 18. All right. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. And this individual that deceiveth them is the high banking family. All right. He that comes in the working, right, the energia of spiritual Satan, which is Esau Edom, right, to deceive, to manipulate. All right. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, by the means of Esau's technology, right? On the left hand side, performing so called miracles on the left hand side, what that charagma was able to do, making it so convenient for the people. And that's that's his way of deceiving you by making it seem so convenient. So called miracles, okay? All right. You being able to pretty much do everything hands free. If you was never able to walk, this charagma can make you walk. If you lost your one of your senses, you better regain it again through this charagma. Okay, and the list goes on. Okay, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live. Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. You know, Esau Edom, so-called white man, the high banking family, the elites, the Rothschilds. You know, the earth was given to the hands of the wicked, right? Job 9:24. So they have power to pretty much give life, you know, onto their beast system. Okay. All right. And they do that with their by decree and unrighteous decrees with just that pen. Just make a law and boom, it comes alive. All right. That's one of his swords, believe it or not, that pen. All right. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So the time is going to come where those who are speaking against, who are against Esau, Edom, Amalek, the Amalekites, the small hats, right? The high banking family, the Rothschild agenda, their beast system is going to be put to death. Okay. All right. I like to mention this quite often. You know, this is a color list, like for the FEMA camps, and there's like different colors, like of like categories of who, you know, depending on if you're someone who's speaking against the image of the beast, their charagma, their agenda. Okay, if you're a public speaker, if you're a prophet, if you're a teacher, you're a whistleblower, you're exposing them, right? You're on that red list, so you're considered to be a threat, a danger. You are to be you are to be killed, pretty much, because you're going against this man's system. They got a blue list, pretty much the sheeps who just follows. They just do whatever the hell the world says, and because there's too many of them that's going to comply, some of them will be put to death. All right. But a time will come where those who's just speaking against and who's not willing to bow down to the image of the beast and take that charagma, not be part of their digital system, their beast system, their so-called NWO, you're gonna be put to death. Okay. That's when martial law comes into play, right? Martial law, warlike law. All right. Verse 16. Let me check the comment board right quick. See if any of the brothers tuned in. Hold on. Shalom, shalom, YAHAWASHI He Is, BARAK. Let me get this right quick. Let me get that right quick. All right. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 4. It's from Brother Yawana, Words for YAHAWASHI, Michigan, Detroit. It says, riches profit not, right? Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. There's another version of this. This is a good version. I think it's in the G&T. Hold on, because it says dishonest wealth, and the wealth of this world is dishonest. It would not deliver you. Let me double check that right quick. Hold on. Let me double check that. I think it's in the Good News Translation. 11:4 G&T. Let's see. Bear with me. Let me just click on this one. Man, screw it. I'll just read it. All right. So, Book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 4. It's beautiful how it says 4-14. Hey, Lord willing, AHBA. Riches do you no good on the day you face death. Riches, right? 401k, your credit score, how much money is in your shoebox, how much jewelry, diamonds and gold and silver you got in your shoebox. No amount of riches and stones and dollars and $1 bills, $20 bills, $5 bills, $100 bills will do you no good when you face death. Okay? Riches will do you no good on the day you face death. But honesty can save your life. And how this honesty right here can save your life? You are a Hebrew Israelite, so-called Black, Hispanic, Latino, Native American Indian, you Israelite foreigners, you repent and you learn to fear YAHAWASHI. You grow through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. You worship our power in spirit and truth. You repent. You make necessary changes to live holy, right? Set apart in the age of error where it's all wickedness. And you're trying to live holy. Okay? All right? But honesty can save your life. All right? Let's go back here right quick. Let's see. Salakia. Let me go back to the blue of the Bible right quick. Here we go. All right, so back to the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16 now. And he, right, he that come in the working of spiritual Satan, right, the energy of Satan, right, his physical counterpart, which is Esau, Edom, so-called white man, right, the one that's actually in rulership, okay, and he causeth all, right, I think in the G&T it says required, like require or force. Is one of the other versions says he required, okay, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17. And that no man, right, I think in the NOT version says anyone, right, anyone, right, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the charagma, right, that sihip, or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. I think in the NOT version says wisdom is needed here. Okay. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, not this creature, this thing that these wacky tacky Christians created in their imaginations. Okay. For it is the number of a man, And his number is 600, 3 score and 6, right? 666. In Hebrew is shash, shash, shash. Is the number of man. All right. So the point I want to get out of here was the word mark. All right. Let's go into that word mark right quick. Mark. All right. You see right here? Charagma. Charagma. All right. Salakia, can you hear me now? My bad, my bad. Can you hear me now? Can you give me like a thumbs up? Barataza. But yeah, Salakia for that. I'm not sure how long my mic was off, so I'm gonna go back here again, right? So etching, right? Etching, right? When you go into this word etching, it goes into cutting. Okay. Let me open this up. It goes into cutting, right? Etching, definition. Let's see. Khan, Tawada Malak, Tawada, YAHAWASHI SHAR BARAK. All right. So for etching, right? Etching, right? Etching definition: a print produced by the process of etching. Similar terms: cut. Make an open incision or wound in something with a sharp edge tool or object. Incision, right? Salakia. Incision, right? A surgical cut. A surgical cut. A surgical cut made in the skin or flesh, right? Make an open incision or wound in something with a sharp edge object or tool, right? All right. FID. I'm gonna go back to the image that pretty much shows that. All right. I just had it not too long ago. Here we go. All right. This right here is a perfect example of a demonstration of the word cutting, etching, a sharp edge object or tool to be able to put this inside of you, because the word mark also goes into a thing inserted, and this thing to be inserted, it requires what? A incision to the skin and flesh to be cut open by a sharp edge object. Okay. The badge of servitude, right? So when you get that charagma, you now bow down to the image of the beast. You bow down to this right here, a idolatrous image. And you also what? You are partakers of the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, anti-YAHAWASHI Mashiach. So as a Hebrew Israelite, you take this charagma, no place for repentance, you are anti-YAHAWASHI, plain and simple. All right. Okay. And then, once you take this charagma, you have received the badge of servitude, right? Servitude. The state of being a slave or completely subject to someone more powerful. The earth is getting to the hands of the wicked, right? They're in rulership right now. They're more powerful than us. So when you take this charagma, the sihib, you are now a slave and completely subject to the small hats, the high bank family, the elites, okay, the RAWCHAA, Salakia, the RAWCHAA family. Okay. All right. So now I got it in my Bible too for the word buy and sell, right? Buy and sell. I got it written down here in my notes. All right, so for Slack it, wrong one. Okay, so for buy, right, when it says buy and sell in verse 17, right? The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 17, right? Buy and sell, buy. It says to be in the marketplace. So to be in a marketplace, to still be able to do business, right? It says to do business there, to purchase, acquire something by paying for it, right? So in order to be in a marketplace, to do business, to purchase, to acquire something by paying for it, you're going to need this new form of currency that's required to have something physically inside of you that requires what? Etching, cutting, incision, cutting the flesh and the skin and the flesh by a sharp edged tool or object. Okay. All right. Is a new form of payment. Let's see, and then for sell, right? Be sold, to trade. Barter was another term too. It says exchange goods or services without using money. Trade, exchange, business, trafficking, commerce. Okay, so in order to buy and sell, you want to do exchange, you want to trade goods and services without using this money, you're going to need this mark, this charagma, the C hit. Okay, all right. Let's see. So now I brought that out. Let's go into the punishments real quick to prove that there's no place of repentance when you take this charagma. Okay, Revelation 14. All right. Let me get straight to the point right here. Revelation 14 and 10, 11 and 12. The same, matter of fact, no, Salakia, 9, Salakia. Verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice. Salakia. The third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man, right, anyone, women or children, doesn't matter who it is, right? If any man worship the beast and his image, right, you were supporting this man's beast system, his agenda, and you did that by what? And receive his mark, his charagma, right, his C-hip in his forehead or in his hand, anywhere in your body, right? Right? Verse 10, the same, right, the same people that took the charagma, right, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath, right, anger, indignation, right, of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, his righteous anger. And he, right, she, little ones, right, that took this charagma, right, those who are followers of the anti Yahawashi Mashiach, right, he and she and little ones, right, he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, right, that lake of fire, that thermonuclear fire, thermonuclear destruction that's going to destroy all of America, its foundation, all of its works, and all the elements thereof, which also makes up people that took this damn C-hip. Those Hebrew Israelites who did not repent it to Yahweh Shemel Shai with fear and sincere and truth. Okay, and whatever other nations from that's here. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, which is also the elect, and in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahawashi Mashiach, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Verse 11, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast in his image, his NWO, his beast system, his agenda, his wicked agenda. And whosoever receiveth the mark, right, his C-hip, the charagma of his name. Verse 12, here is the patience of the saints. Here they that keep the commandments of Yahweh Shemel Shai and have faith of Yahweh Shai. I like reading that NLT version real quick. Let me get that NLT right quick. Here we go. It says, this means that Yahweh Shemel Shai's holy people, right, the elect, right? This means that Yahweh Shemel Shai's holy people must endure persecution patiently, obeying his commands and maintaining their faith in Yahweh Shai. All right. So this is what we look forward to, man. We look forward to America be destroyed, this lake of fire, this major prophecy be fulfilled, this charagma, right? But we got to continue to wait. We got to continue. We got to go through the persecution, the hour of temptation, right? Let's get that. So that I mentioned that the hour of temptation that shall come upon the whole world. Revelation 3 and 10. Okay, so the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, right? And only the remnant is doing that, right? The elect is doing that. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, something called faith. hope, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, right, of his sufferings, right? I also, right, YAHAWASHI, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Earth, if I'm mistaken, earth or world. I think world. Yeah, world goes into globe. So it doesn't matter where you're at here on this planet. The hour of temptation will come upon everyone to try them. The hour of temptation, when the karag is not mandatory, right? He causes of all, right, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a karagma in their forehands or their right hand, right, in their hands, right? When this is now mandatory to buy and sell, this karagma, okay, the ultimate trial, the final exam, where only a small percent is going to pass this final exam, the rest is going to fail, right? And that small percentage is the elect, those who makes up the remnant, the 1/3 of our nation that's predestined for salvation. We receive that mercy, okay? And we continue to keep the word of his patience, so when our temptation is finally upon the world to try them, we will be kept from it. Okay. Let me see what the brother got up here. Let me see what you got up here. Let's see. Bear with me. Let's see. Salakia. I'm gonna just get these last ones that I got so far. I'm gonna go into the on this picture that I showed y'all up here. I'm gonna show y'all right quick. This business that we saw not too far from us, right? So while you got banks crashing and a lot more to come in the near future, very soon, this is going to affect businesses to stay open. It's going to cause them to shut down. Okay. So let me get that scripture right quick in Ecclesiastes. Bear with me. Hold on. Ecclesiastes 12 verses 3 to 4. All right. Okay, so the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 3 to 4 in the KJV. In the day when the keepers of the house, right, when the economies shall tremble, shall crash, right, and the strong men shall bow themselves, right? No, the rich, pretty much, those who are very, very, very wealthy, very rich, CEOs, millionaires, right? Those supposed to be very rich. And the grinder sees, right, the unemployment rate is increasing, right? You don't got that much people working because the grinder sees not many people are working, because there are few, right? Not many people are working because what? The keepers of the house is trembling, is breaking down, is crashing. All right. And the grinder sees because they are few, right? Not many people are working. And those that look out of the windows be darkening, right? They're going to be when people start losing their jobs, more businesses are crashing, more banks are crashing, right? And then grinder sees, right? It's not many people working. People are going to lose their jobs. People are going to be looking out the windows. Those that look out the windows be darkening. People are going to be in a state of hopeless. All right, except for who? The hopeful elect. All right, the believers, because what? Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. Okay, all right. Verse 4, and the doors of the and the doors shall be shut in the streets. Lockdowns, many businesses are closing, right? For an example here, you see this picture right here on the right. That's an example of the doors in the streets being shut. Okay. Let me go back to that. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low, right? Expect to see a lot more businesses to close because bankruptcy, banks are shutting down. We're in the process of the FedNow being set up, a digital system where everyone's going to be under it to get you ready for the charagma, a major prophecy, right? But uh, and the doors of the street shall and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. You know how, for an example, like our people, let's say from the tribe of Issachar, and so-called Mexicans, they like to get up as early as the voice of the bird, and they'll be waiting in the park lots of like Home Depot, Fluent Decor, like construction site businesses where they can just be picked up and get paid underneath the table because they don't have proper credentials to be here in Esau's system. So you got to work underneath the table. They get paid by cash. That's going to be done away with. People going to be trying to find work, but you ain't going to find it. And all the daughters of music should be brought low. Not too long ago, a wicked ass music artist got put to death. A lot of people ain't fucking with today's music. I remember I came across a video how there was a looks like a Judite chick, very pretty, natural hair, very pretty. She was walking out. She walked out of a concert, somebody's concert, and she said how it was so demonic. A lot of people are starting to realize that. They're starting to wake up how these music artists, their music is very demonic, is wicked, is being brought low. And a lot of them are dying. They're being judged by YAHAWASHI. Because most of today's music artists they just push out wickedness, adultery, being a hoe, being a sodomite, killing this and killing that. Just straight wickedness, okay? But the point I want to get out of here was, expect to see a lot more of businesses to shut down. All right, I'm gonna get one more. Let's see. Shalom, YAHAWASHI, AHTHAH. All right, let me get this last one right quick from Isaiah. No work in Egypt, 19 and 15. Okay. 19 and 15. Bear with me. All right, so the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 15, KJV. Neither shall there be any work, right? Work. All right, let's go to blow the Bible with that real quick. Yeah, 19, 15. I'm going to that word work. Work. Here we go. All right, so for work, right? Labor, business, enterprise. So yeah, no work, no labor, no enterprise, no business going on, no operations. All right, no occupation. All right, you get the point here, okay? All right, apparatus, how you do? All right, so neither shall there be any work, any operation, any labor, any business, enterprise for Egypt, which today Egypt, right, meaning bondage, the house of bondage for a big bulk of us Hebrew Israelites, which is here in America, right? So the time will come where there ain't gonna be no work, no occupation, no labor here in America, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do, right? The head, for an example, CEO positions. So there's not going to be any work in America for CEOs, right? No labor for CEOs, no enterprise, no business, no occupation for as high as a CEO position, all the way down to the tail, like an entry level position where you don't really need any requirements. You just need to be selected if you're counter worthy to do this entry level position. Okay. All right. So from CEO positions all the way down to entry level positions, there's not going to be any work, no occupation, no enterprise, no business available. All right. Because what? In Ecclesiastes, it mentions what? That, the keepers of the house shall tremble. The economy is going to continue to crash to the point it crashes, right? The strong men, right? The rich are going to bow them. So they're going to be going through it. All right. Because what? The grinder sees because there are few. All right. Those are the times we're coming into. All right. So, Abaratazat, the lesson was edifying. Abaratazat, you got something out of it. All right. And the water for the precepts, Joanna, the water, YAHAWASHI, AHTHAH. All right. So I'm going to close out by giving the much due all phrases, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA QaDash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, and much due respect to the sincere Akim who are laboring the works. And shalom to you believers, to the Akim YAHAWAH, which would be your brothers, and few of them are the sincere sisters who do subscribe to this truth. All right. DTA, Abab, Soon, Kwam Yasha Allah, DTA, Death to America, Abad, Destroy, Babal, Babylon, which is America. All right. Abba Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BARAK, Shalak Rayum, Wa Ainashim, Wa Abadium, Wa Haragium, Wa Mashapayum, Al Call, Adawamium, Wa Gawayum, Wa Ayabyam NAWA, Babakasha, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, Tawada, Aman. Shalom, DTA, Abba Soon.